The food, the music, the vibe. Kick off your summer at the Ohio Black Expo Riverfront Culture Fest. Tell your friends, share with family. There's no other place to be Memorial Day weekend. Celebrate Black excellence.
Plus 2 concerts featuring Tidra Moses, Talib Kweli, and Jay Rawls, the one and only Marsha Ambrosius, and more.
Experience the African diaspora at its finest. Go to OhioBlackExpo.com for tickets, updates, and more. Visit OhioBlackExpo.com. That's OhioBlackExpo.com.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At CPRfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Kellen Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at CPRfirm.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my 2 books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
What is it that you think men are not getting at home?
I think they're not really being loved properly. You know, when you stay with someone for so long and you feel like, oh, I don't really have to do much, don't ever be comfortable around a human being. They can sweet. Even your own husband. Shout out to the slay queens who are getting their thing without having to sell a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Trust me, you can get whatever you want, like once you put your mind to it.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
What if I told you there's a news platform made just for us? Unfiltered, unapologetic, telling our stories from Africa and the diaspora. The African Diaspora News Channel app keeps you informed and empowered from wherever you are at any time. Don't just watch, join the movement. Download the app now and stay connected to the news that matters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream this evening. It is March 25th. We're glad you are joining us here this evening. And make sure my sound is right, because sometimes I'll be going in and y'all not hearing a word I'm saying. So we got that going. Yeah. So those of you who coming with us to Ethiopia, on you be leaving, at least we be leaving shortly on Sunday. So, it'd be good to take that trip. And that was the first country that I've been to, and that country kind of changed some things with me. So I came back, and this is how we rebranded to AD&C. And it's been a good experience. It's been a very, very good experience. Also, other particular trips are being discussed as of right now. So we'll see what's coming up next down the pipe. We'll let y'all know. I really enjoy meeting a lot of y'all that goes on the trip. I met some real good people, real good people that's watched this platform. And it's been real awesome, experience to meet, and shout out to a lot of you who have kept gone over the years since, I think 2019 we first started this, and we've been still going on strong with that. So tonight, definitely, we're going to get into, maybe about 3 different videos. The third video I want to get into on YouTube, we're going to do that on the app because of what they were saying in the video. It'll get taken down from YouTube, and we're not about to censor the video because you need to hear it in its entirety. So we'll get through the first 2 videos here on YouTube, and then those of you on the app, or you can go to the app, get your membership on the app, monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Lifetime, if you want to have a lifetime membership, and you won't be subject to no price increases once you're locked in on lifetime, because I tell everybody we're going to finally start increasing the price on the app next year. So jump in and lock yourself in much as you can. All right. So, like I said, I can't, hold on, what per se? You said I'm going to have to go on the trip. Jane, I've had a lot of people tell me that over the years, Phil, when's the next one? When can I go? And I always tell people, I don't know when the next one is because we take it by a trip basis, right? And I try to see what the people like to do versus on what's being offered, what companies work with us. We work with the Real South Africa for a few years. We worked with, they were Worldviews, Now They Traverse Culture, we work with them. And then Maximum Impact Travel will be the first time we're working with them, with Brother Jay Cameron. So we've been having, all companies that's from people that's actually from here, FBAs from here that, moved abroad and created their own companies. And the good thing about that is that they know how, we get down. They know about the small things like us having washcloths, just the small things that we're used to. And that's the good thing about that. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, like I say, don't forget, we'll be going to the app a little later. I'll let you know. So we'll discuss the third video. So now I saw this first video. I call the lady Miss Geraldine. So I seen this comment going around TikTok, and this particular user was basically saying some threatening things to black people. Because sometimes they think that they are anonymous. And I've heard they found the person and all of that. But Miss Geraldine here had got wind of that comment from that person. Let me let you hear what Miss Geraldine got to say. No, it's not the sister's name. I'm calling her Miss Geraldine because based off of when you hear her talk, you're going to know exactly why I'm calling her Miss Geraldine. Let me go ahead and cue that up.
Hey, y'all, this is the old lady. And I seen a post out there by somebody named Tiffany Smith that says she still got her ropes and her chains. And she just ready. Well, Tiffany, I need you to understand, I'm ready too. I'm waiting. Now, I'm hoping that you don't go off down that yellow brick road, because the odds ain't gonna be who waiting for you. And if you think that you gonna get to relive some from way back, you sadly mistaken now, little girl. Now, I know you go on down there to Mount Vernon and Jamestown and Williamsburg and all them places and try to relive your glory days, but I'm sorry to tell you, that's as close as you gonna get. But now, if you just have to find out the hard way, you feel froggish, you go head on and leap. But I need you to keep in mind, a frog with a glass only leaps once. So you bring that buzz over here. And this red, white, and blue country of yours gonna be a hell of a lot more red than white and blue. Old lady out.
Now, that's why I called her Miss Geraldine. Shout out to Miss Geraldine. She had all the cadences of the elder FBAs, and I just think that was funny. And let me tell you something. You don't play with them kind of black women, because a lot of them black women got a burn on them. You understand what I'm saying? They have a burner in that purse, and they'll go in that purse real quick and pull out that burner and handle you. You better not, listen. That person that made that comment, they better not play at Miss Geraldine. They like she said, it said it'd be more red than white and blue. She mean that. She mean every word of that. See, even our elders are with the business. You understand what I'm saying? And I like that. You should be with the business until the day the Lord ready for you. Now, of course, we need a rest, and I get that. We got to have rest. But if you could, look, I was raised like this, y'all. You don't start a fight with nobody. You try to be the peacemaker, right? But if somebody bring it to you, you give it to them 10 times more than what they're looking for. Okay? You don't start fights with nobody, but you sure finish them. Because that way you're dealing in self-defense at that point. You're not the aggressor at all. Understand? See, what they don't understand is that some of these folks, they think that we playing. Like, we cool, we'll laugh, we'll joke with you and all that, but if you think you're going to start making some threats, we're like, go ahead on and do what you got to do, bro. And let's see how it works out for you. Because nobody's scared of you. Nobody's scared of you. We're not scared of somebody that can't be in the sun without having a chemical that makes it look like melanin is actually on you. I don't know if y'all seen that video where it showed them putting on sunscreen and the camera caught how it turns his skin dark, like a melanin, right? Temporarily, so they could be in the sun. So we can't be really afraid of that, because like I said, we can just all go stand out in the sun. Let's see how long you last, right? And that sun coming in hot too. And have y'all noticed the sun have gotten hotter and hotter and hotter over the years? Have y'all noticed that? Like, I've never seen the sun this hot. I used to play outside all day back in the 80s and all that, in the 90s with my friends and all that. And today the sun is so much hotter than what it was back then. Okay? And, you know, and if I was the folks, I wouldn't be out there. But hey, they want to be out there in the sun. That's their business. That's their life, or whatever. More of the story is keep your anti-black racism in your trailer park. Keep it over there. Okay? Leave black people alone, and we'll be just fine. Listen, also, when you see all these videos with black people on TikTok talking about, hey, man, bring on, they want segregation back, it's because of comments like what Miss Geraldine was talking about. Because, like, look, we tried the integration thing. It just didn't work. But you know who's fussing more about that segregation conversation? The folks. The folks are actually crashing out about the segregation conversation. Black folks was having a good time with it. They laugh and they say, yeah, hey, you want to start putting the signs up, we good. No, the folks are crashing out. And I know why the folks are crashing out. They crashing out because, remember, they feel like they have to be the star of the show. Understand? And they don't like rejection. They can't stand rejection, especially from black people. And when they see all these videos, let's get into their psychology here for a minute. Forget Trump, even though we know the full scope of why Trump did what he did, because Obama attached LGBT to marginalized groups and all of that, and trans and all of that. We know that's what Trump and them say. That's why he removed it. Whatever. Okay, let's get to it. Psychologically, they can't stand not having no access to us. Remember that. They want access to our bodies. They want access to our talent. They want access to our presence. They feed off our energy. They definitely feed off our pain. They feed off of anything they can with us, with some sort of spiritual or emotional reaction, like, you know, the siphoning energy from us as black people. So when black people say bring black segregation, how they view it is they don't want to be around us anymore. And this is messed up because you don't want to be around me. And the way you're talking, you don't want me to have access to you at all during this other kind of segregation that y'all talking about. That's a problem for me, that y'all want to cut off access to you. Listen, that's the main group of people that we need to, quote unquote, delineate from, right? I said this before, and I keep saying this about the whole black world. We need a 1,000-year break from each other. We need a 1,000-year break. That's the only way it's going to heal black folks globally. Now, let's talk about South Africa, for instance. Them folks crying that they can't. I seen one white guy crying about, could they ever get a white president again and all this other stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all ran South Africa for hundreds and hundreds of years. They only been in charge since 1994. It's their turn. It's their land. They need to be in charge for the next 10,000 years, okay? Because y'all came over there and did it. When y'all was in charge, look at y'all, how y'all treated black folks in South Africa. Why would they want you in charge? I'm just saying, they always, even in that situation, they want to break off talking about they want basically a white country within South Africa. They call it Cape Independence, but it's basically just a white country in South Africa because they don't want to live underneath black rule. Instead of taking themselves back to their homeland, they still want to be there around black folk. They cannot stand not to be around black folk. That's why when y'all talking about this segregation or separation, whatever you're talking about, that's really messing with them. And notice other groups, they don't care about going around other groups. They don't have an issue with if Hispanics said it. They don't have an issue if Asians said it. They don't have an issue if Arabs say these things. They don't have anything. But when it comes to FBA, black folk in particular, they take an issue if we say, They never want to hear that. But this is the thing to the folks, and I'm gonna get to the second video too, because I really got to go in on y'all about this one. Have y'all ever thought, because some of you say, oh well, you black people want to practice anti-white, and you're anti-white. I was like, okay, all right, let's hold that thought right there. I'm going to ask you a question, a serious question. Did black people just wake up one day and just say, you know what? I think segregation would be a good thing. Or did them saying that come from some things that you did and said? Because you run around here acting like you're so benevolent and you just been such great people after the civil. We only talking about after the civil rights movement. All prior to the civil rights movement, we're not going to discuss it. We talking about after the civil rights movement. After it. Have you been benevolent people? Have you been just so righteous and great with black people? Have you? Have you treated black people as equals after the civil rights movement? Have you done it? Because last time I checked, you mass incarcerated black people. You did it. You put crack cocaine in the black community. Black folks didn't own no planes or traffic, no cocaine, no nothing into the black communities. Your government agencies was facilitating this. That's ran by you. You sought to break up the black family after the civil rights movement because you understood that the power of black people is the family. You understood that. So that's why you did everything you could to try to break up the black family. You did that. Right? Every person we had that tried to speak up for us and America, you ridiculed them. You called them every other name in the book. You ruined people's reputations. One of the most powerful men we've had in our time, if you say recent time, in the 80s, 90s, etc., is Minister Louis Farrakhan. Look at how y'all treated him. And the only thing he wanted black people to do is return to the family, become, righteous people, wake up from the oppression and seeing what y'all have been doing to us as black people. And look what y'all did to the minister. Y'all called the minister every name in the book. Y'all lied on the minister. Y'all say he said things he did not say. This man fought his whole life for black people. You understand what I'm saying? That's just one figure I'm speaking about. Like, look what y'all have done. Look what y'all did to your police. What would they have done after the civil rights movement? Look what they done. And it don't matter what side of you, whatever political aisle, it don't even matter. All y'all are guilty. And you never made it right. You see, the problem with you is this. You think no different than the people prior to you. You think no different than the slave masters on the plantation. You think no different than those that had us underneath the black codes. You think no different than anyone else that had us convict leasing. You think no different than the Klan and Bull Connor and all those people. You think the same way they think today. You may not take it as violent as they took it, because, you can't really get away with it like you used to, but you still have the same thoughts. And those thoughts come into your actions. The reason why you're so against reparations in particular is because you're no different than your slave master ancestors. You're the same. You don't view us as human beings. You don't. Because if you view us as human beings, you'll say, no, we got to pay those human beings for the atrocities that was done to them. But remember, this is after the civil rights movement. This is after. You understand? And because after the civil, that's why none of you are righteous collectively. You're not. And black folks see that. So when black folks say, yeah, I'm good, I'm cool over here, I want to do my own thing, you can't get mad at that, because black folks gave you a year, decades after the civil rights movement to get your act together, and you chose not to. Even the Democrat Party now is getting a taste of it. And whether it's y'all, because y'all control the Republican Party and y'all control the Democrat Party. It don't matter what party it is. Y'all want to maintain anti-black racism and white supremacy. That's what y'all want to maintain. And you wonder why black folks say, yeah, go ahead and bring it back. I'm cool. And you think threatening violence against black people going to it's like that's nothing to us. We're used to that. Like we hey, do what you're going to do. But it may not end well the way you think. Like the sister said, it may be more red than white and blue, People just tired, and it's really biblical, because really God has called us to separate, to come out from among them, and truly be in the place that we need to be. You understand? And now let me say that leading up to this next video, okay? They're crashing out at town halls. They're crashing out big time. Republican town halls, Democrat town halls. Don't matter what side of the aisle. They all crashing out. We talking about the folks. Why are the folks crashing out, ladies and gentlemen? Why? Because their comfort has been shaken like an earthquake, like a 10.0 Richter scale earthquake. It's been shaken, and it don't matter what side of the aisle they believe in politically, they know that we're not comfortable. And one thing they value more than life itself is comfort. They believe struggle is supposed to be the lot in life of the FBA, not them. They believe they're supposed to have a good job with benefits, taking their families on vacations, destination vacations. Now they're in a position where they can't do those destination vacations anymore. Now they get more money than we get, but it's like this. They got their money's in a bag, but it got a hole in it. And the more and more they fill their bag, they on paper they may be more than you, but their money's going out quicker than yours could ever go out. So they're shaken. They don't know what to do. They're losing it right now. Now, this is Representative Ayanna Pressley. She had a town hall. I want you to hear how this one crashes out, right? Crashing out big time. Listen to what this person is crashing out about too. Let's cue this up.
It's killing me. I'm losing my job and my baby. It's over in another country and can't come home. She works for USA. We're both public servants.
Yes,
and nobody is helping. Have the Democrats make a call and have everybody show up in Washington, D.C. and take back our... I'm 16 years old, and now I'm 57, and I won't have nothing. And I'm struggling. I am struggling. And they don't get it. I don't understand. Democrats, we gotta get down and dirty.
All right, that's a lot to unpack right there. We about to unpack that real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on and get into this, right? Because he is crashing out big time. And what I heard in that voice is despair. That was utter despair in his voice, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about it. Coming from a person who has been or a group of people who have been living that pain forever to the point of like, this is nothing. So let's go ahead and cue it back up.
It's killing me. I'm losing my job and my baby. It's over in another country and can't come home. She works for USA. We're both public servants. Yes, and nobody is helping.
Oh, poor baby. You lost your job and your family can't come home and nobody's helping. Oh, that's so sad. How many jobs that black people have lost that a lot of you caused? Some of you have said things that caused us to lose our jobs. Some of our family members can't come home from prison because some of y'all lied on them. Some of y'all prosecutors lied on them on a messed up case, and our family members can't come home. Or they try to go for parole and you don't let them out, not because they was out there just doing some bad things in prison. You just don't want them to let them out because you don't want to. And our family members can't come home. A lot of them. You locked up a lot of our family members, not on a violent crime, not that they was out here like trafficking people or a big major drug dealer or whatever. Some of our people are still in jail from the crack era. And they can't come home. So we don't really feel sorry for you. You say nobody's helping. Who helped us? The only help that we got is from the Lord and our community. That's it. The U.S. government has never helped out black people. And we pay taxes to this U.S. government. And they have not helped out black people. So, sorry. Don't feel sorry for you. You can cry. You could twirl. Because this is the thing. Because you feel that, wait a minute, I'm supposed to have a privilege in this country. I don't supposed to struggle. I don't supposed to go through anything. What is going on here? That's why Ayanna Pressley can't do nothing for you. I'm going to tell you that. She can't. And thank God she can't. Because if she could, she would. Because I'm like this. If she can't do nothing for us as the black community, then for surely I'm glad she can't do nothing for him. But I'm gonna fully get into what's happening, and you can hear. If you have an ear to hear what I'm fully gonna say to the folks. Let me get back to it. Hold on.
Have the Democrats make a call and have everybody show up in Washington, D.C. and take back our.
You say you want people to show up in Washington, D.C. and take back our country. No, what you're saying is, when you say our, you mean yours and your community, right? You only want that to happen because, once again, your comfort has been shaken, right? You're not comfortable no more. Did you really think that you was going to have this unnatural position that you created for yourself at the oppression of others? And the day would not come where now the Lord is saying, oh, it's your turn. It's your turn now. Your community have oppressed, you have took a group of people, enslaved them and oppressed them in a land for 400 years. And the 400 years has been up. And now you are going through what the other part of that scripture talked about, that nation will be judged for what happened to those people. And ever since 2019, y'all have been suffering calamity. If you just think about it, folks, look at how you've been suffering. You even tried to lie in the midst of the pandemic and try to say, it was mostly happening to us. No, it wasn't either, because it was mostly happening to us during the pandemic. You'd have never tried to come up with the thing y'all was pushing. You know, we on this platform, so I got to watch it. Y'all was frantic. Y'all never created something like that before that quick? Why? Why would you create something like that quick when any other time it takes y'all about 5 years for something like that to come out, right? Because it was affecting you. Then Haiti only had 26 people lost their life, and they didn't have nothing you had that you created. Then President McAfee found out that y'all was finessing with those the things to check it out. And, got to say certain things a certain way, right? Then the president of Madagascar had came up with a herbal drink. And then what y'all tried to do, y'all tried to go over there and take that man's life. When I say y'all, I'm talking about the Western world. Y'all tried to take that man's life. See, I ain't forgot all that stuff that went down. And when they truly had a ban in the African continent, they wasn't getting it. And who brought it down there to the African continent? It came from the European continent. And the country that had the most cases of the pandemic was South Africa. Guess why? I shouldn't have to say, right? Then, okay, you fast forward, you get Biden. Oh, Biden's so much better than Trump. You go through the years of Biden. It was not better for you, was it? You're angry about Biden. Look what happened with Biden. Okay, now you got Trump. Because you wanted Trump. Okay, cool. Now you got him. And now you're crying and crashing out. Republicans are crashing out too. They are, big time. Well, let me finish so I can give you a proper diagnosis.
I'm 16 years old, and now I'm 57, and I won't have nothing, and I'm struggling. I am struggling, and they don't get it. I don't understand. I'm struggling. I am struggling, and they don't get it. I don't understand. Democrats struggling. I am struggling, and they don't get it. I'm struggling. I am struggling, and they don't get it. I don't understand. Democrats, we gotta get down and dirty.
I kept repeating that because he was struggling. He said he was struggling so bad, y'all. He spoke with a high-pitched voice to tell y'all that he was struggling, and he says that he don't get it. The reason why he don't get it is because he was told that this world is your paradise, that America is your paradise. The struggling is for the black man and the black woman. That's for who the struggle is for. It's not for you, Lil Brad. No. You can go do whatever you want to do. You don't have to take nothing seriously. You can just show up and you'll get whatever you need. And the whole time their own community had put them in this position. And this is why I don't feel bad for you. Your community used people like him, used anti-black racism to pass policies that hurt him. So you got a small amount of people in his community, the millionaire class, that's enjoying their life. And yet he's struggling. Now, he don't understand what's going on. Now, let's really get to what's going on with you. Let's get to it. And I'm going to talk about FBAs too. What's happening with you is like the old people say. You finally getting a taste of your own medicine. And you're not liking it. It's not tasting very good. You're crashing out to the politicians. They can't save you. Republicans can't save you. Democrats can't save you. Trump can't save you. You can vote. I mean, okay, when Trump get out, you can put a Democrat in there, and they can't save you either. And not only you, this is happening to the complete Western world. This is a Western world issue, okay? This is not an Asian issue. This is not an African issue. This is not even a Latin America issue. This is a Western world issue, okay? Y'all have went on for too long doing things that's not right in the eyes of the Lord. Y'all have dropped bombs on innocent people all over the world. Y'all definitely dropped bombs on FBAs with the Move organization. Y'all dropped bombs from a helicopter. Y'all been dropping bombs on FBAs. You've been dropping bombs on innocent and righteous people. You have stolen resources from people. You have caused wars in people's country. You have armed people who's been terrorists in other countries. What has been following you is a trail of tears and a great immense blood. When you have been in rulership. See, listen, like they say, when a righteous man or woman is in leadership, the people rejoice. But when a wicked man or woman is in leadership, people are in sorrow. And the world has been in sorrow for a very long time. A very long time. And now it's your time. And you feel that, well, if this economy just get better, black people can say, hey, pay us our reparations. Now, I ain't giving you nothing. Okay. But I'm going to tell you this much. You know why I know why we're going to get reparations? Let me tell you why I know. First of all, it's already in the spirit world, reparations. Y'all have already used the spiritual principle, biblical principle of calling those things that be not as though they were, and y'all keep doing it, okay? That's a spiritual principle. So we're going to get reparations, but I'm going to tell you how we're going to get reparations. I'm going to tell you how we're going to get it. They're going to do reparations out of desperation. They're going to feel, well, you know what? Let's give these FBAs reparations because we need the FBAs to save us. And we need the world to look at us as righteous again. And the best way we can do this is by giving FBAs reparations. That's how we're going to get our reparations. It's not because we're advocating and they're going to have some moral conviction. No, it's going to come from their desperation to save themselves and their reputation. That's how it's going to happen. And even though they will do their reparation, then after they give the reparations, they're going to say, hey, black people, can you save this nation? Can you save us and even the Western world? Can you save us? And I will tell you that it's nothing we can do to save you. There's nothing we can do. We can't save you. If we try to save you, we'll be violating. Well, we just can't do it because it's not in our destiny to do it. Our destiny is to return to who we really are and who we really were, right? That's our destiny. Our destiny is our rise. We're rising, okay? If you don't believe me, who's the beauty standard now? I remember at one point in time, a white woman was the beauty standard. Look at who's the beauty standard now. Look at what woman everybody mimics to the T, to the point they're copying the hair, they're getting lip injections, they're getting butts or BBLs. Everything that a black woman do, no matter what, every woman in the world is literally following the style of black women. That has never been like that. Black women have been called all kind of names because of their butts, their lips, their hair, their skin tone. Black women have been heavily ridiculed. And now they are the beauty standard. And they don't even understand why. Because that starts it starts spiritually first, that people just start doing things, and then eventually it's going to come out tangible in the end. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, it's literally on the writing on the wall. That's why by the year of 2030, watch how this whole world going to look by 2030. Donald Trump, let me tell you something about Donald Trump. Every day, I'm literally seeing how Donald Trump is literally being used to take the biggest sledgehammer to the Western world and shattering it into 1,000 pieces. You know, at times in the Bible, God has sent some leaders for judgment. Right? Go read the story about King Nebuchadnezzar. Go read that story. Some leaders come in to save a nation, right? Some. So Donald Trump is going to take down the Western world to the point that people are not going to recognize the whole Western world. He has set the Western world in chaos. And if you cannot see the blessing of Donald Trump, and Minister Farrakhan called that out years ago about what Donald Trump was going to do, right? He's literally taking a sledgehammer to the whole system, not just in America, but throughout the world. And that's going to be a blessing to the whole globe, especially to us. Now you say, well, what happened to us if that happens? Well, in the scriptures, when the children of Israel had walked out of Egypt, they had great spoils, and they were blessed. And they wasn't touched by none of the plagues. They wasn't touched by none of the judgments. Have you noticed black people are just fine right now in the midst of all this chaos? Have you noticed we're just fine? Have you noticed that we're happier now than we've ever been? We've been happy in the midst of the chaos that you're seeing with Trump, the chaos of everything. Every day you don't know what's happening, and black folks are like happy, fine. Black folks are out here line dancing. Black folks are barbecuing. Black folks are just enjoying each other again. Why is that happening? Why? Because that judgment is not meant for us. We gonna listen. This 4 years of Trump gonna be the greatest 4 years for black people. Trust me, it's gonna be great for us. He ain't got nothing to do with it either, but it's gonna be great for us. We're not gonna suffer like that. We're gonna actually grow in stature and grow tremendously. Even throughout the world, even the whole diaspora is gonna have a growth because it's time. When people look at the African continent, they didn't get that way by themselves. Every time you look up, who's interfering? Look at the South Africa situation. Right now, Trump is interfering in that. And I'm going to tell you South Africans why Trump is interfering. Because what God's telling you is get your behind up, stop being cowards, and take a stand. Because that's your land. You don't let them people go run your land. You got a group of people that need to be out of your homeland. And you're going to keep being messed with until you actually have some courage. Julius Malema is one of the greatest leaders y'all have right there in South Africa. He has a heart of a lion to go at them people. And if you're a coward because you want to keep a status quo and don't mess with the folks, that's why Trump and everybody else going to keep messing with y'all in South Africa. Because why isn't he messing with other African countries? He's only messing with you. You notice that? Wake up. Wake up. It's not in our job to save them or nobody. We it's our time now just to, sometimes, you have to sit back and just let the Lord work and just work on ourselves in the midst of that. If you try to go out there and save them, you're going to fall under judgment, because there's times in the scriptures where the Lord tell you behind, sit down. And if you go out there and do something, it's going to fall upon you. I'm not letting nothing fall upon me. I'm going to stick to what I got to do. Right. And I want to meet all of the brothers and sisters throughout the world I can, brothers and sisters right here in America, brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. I want to connect with all the brothers and sisters I can. That's on the same spirit of, hey, let's connect, let's work with each other. That's what I want to do. I'm not thinking about them folks. I'm not paying attention to them. I don't care how much they cry, they crash out. As long as you crashing out over there and not crashing out over here where we at, we are good, bruh. We are not your therapist. Don't come to us. How you black people make it? I don't get it. Hey, you need to go find a therapy session somewhere. And FBAs, if they come to you crying and you a therapist, you run their pockets. Say, hey, this session gonna run you $250 an hour. Cause I gotta deal a lot with you. $250 an hour. Yeah. Take and charge them $250 an hour. And then you can give them all the therapy they need. But even if you give them therapy, it's not gonna help them. It's not gonna help them. But run their pockets. They got it, right? They didn't give us our reparations, so get it somewhere. You say brothers and sisters in Costa Rica? Oh, yeah. Because last time I went to Costa Rica, I was talking to some sisters and brothers over there. There's a lot of brothers and sisters in Latin America. And even how they treated. in Latin America. The whole black world is going to rise. It don't matter if it's the black people in Latin America, the Caribbean, the continent, us, black folks in Canada, black folks in Europe, Asia. Man, we it's our time now. That's why I don't be tripping on a whole lot anymore. I don't trip on it because I see the playbook. I already see it. So every day that you see Trump doing crazy things, just understand, Trump is doing the Lord's work. He is. No, he's not. He's not. Sit back and watch. Just sit back and watch. Trump is, listen, right now the Republicans are talking about not funding the federal courts. Do you hear that? And impeaching judges. They're literally trying to tear down the judicial branch. Don't be like, oh my God, he's trying to tear down the federal courts. And how nice has those federal courts been to FBAs all these years? Have they been nice to us? Have they helped us get reparations or something going on in those federal courts? Last time I checked, those federal courts have put a lot of black people in prison. A lot. Am I going to cry if Trump and them defund them? Not my problem. Don't care. Yeah, the situation that happened with you got to be careful talking about that. UHC, and I see what you're talking about in the chat. Hey, that exposed a whole lot of things too. Them people been doing that to people. Their whole system being exposed. Their whole system. Before the world too, because when God exposes you, he exposes you in the light. It's nothing that people won't see. Let me tell you something what the Lord is doing to them proverbially. He's stripping them naked and putting them before the world. All their corruption. Think about all this stuff they uncovering about the corruption. That's why they mad. Like, what is he doing? What Trump doing? Why he exposing our corruption? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? This system been working good for years. What is he doing? They tried to take him out, and he was preserved because God wanted him preserved to do what he's doing now. And he ain't done. Oh, he's not done. You just wait till about the time the end of his presidency. Whoo, you wait. Oh, Trump just getting started. He is just getting started. And I'm telling y'all, it's a blessed. We living in a real blessed era to live in as black people. I'm telling you, we living in a great era. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead on and switch over to the app. We got one more story to cover about this white supremacist crashing out, but I want to talk about how we just so unbothered by them. Oh, it's beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the app. We've been on the app streaming the whole time, but if you're not on the app, go ahead and download the app in the Google Play, Apple App Store. Get a membership, monthly, quarterly, or yearly, or lifetime. You can, but